Hey guys, Dr. Kahu here, welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing another what if, and that is what if Naruto acquired the 7 deadly sins powers, part 2. Now as usual guys, if you guys can please like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, leave the bell notification on so you guys can be the first to get my new content, and follow me on Instagram, to which I'll leave the link in the description below. Also the previous part to this, part 1 to this, will also be in the link as well, so you guys can catch up, and if you haven't watched it, watch part 1 and then watch part 2, okay guys? And not only that guys, as I always state, and I'm going to always say this until the shit is over with, and I apologize for my use of language, but I'm going to state that all in all around the world, shit's hitting the fan, honestly. Like it's happening bad now in South Africa, all over America, North America, all that. Like all I just say for everyone is take care of you guys selves, eh? Like it's just spreading, like damn. It's just buzzy just to watch the news, okay? And see how actually bad it is all around the world. So I say this to all my fans that live around the world that are stricken by it or not stricken by it. Just please still take care of you guys selves, okay guys? But yeah, without further ado guys, let's get into this next part of this what if anyway. And that is, what if Naruto acquired the 7 deadly sins powers, part 2. Now, let's begin. So before we start this, I'm just going to clear a few things up, okay? I apologize for mixing up Kisame and Lady Tsunade in the scenario. Yeah, I have too much what if situations going through my mind that were actually molding my brain and making me confused, so I will apologize to that. Yes, the third Hokage is still alive, and no, Kisame was not involved at all, not with Samihara. It was just Zabuza, okay guys? So yeah, I apologize in advance. I watched the whole video and I laughed at myself, eh? So, all good, thank you guys for letting me know about that, okay? But now, let's get into this next part, okay? So, where I left off, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura have been entered into the Chunin exams, to which Kakashi has allowed for them to begin their journey. So, let's begin. So, as Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura walk into the Chunin exams, in itself the parts where they actually do the written test and all that, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura just practically look at each other. And at first, when they're in that room, they sense something kind of weird in a daze until Naruto is told by Merlin something's afoot, something's in the air, and Naruto begins to slowly but surely register it. And so as Merlin tells Naruto the best way to stop this chakra, or stop this invasive chakra, is to infuse chakra within yourself. So as Naruto hears this, Naruto instantly begins to infuse chakra and breaks the genjutsu, towards Sasuke and Sakura both do the same as well. And when they get out and see the two Chunins mocking them or laughing at them, Sasuke is about to attack, to which when Lee comes in and instantly stops the fight. Now, unlike in canon, Lee challenges Sasuke due to him being the last Uchiha, but he wants to challenge Naruto too. He heard about Naruto's unique skills and strength, and he wants to see if he can, you know, give it a go, fighting Naruto. And so at first, Naruto was quite honoured that someone like Lee would want to fight him. At the same time, Sasuke was not having it. He goes, he wants to challenge me first, Naruto. And Naruto goes, fine. Alright then, I challenge the victor. And Lee's like, I got you. And then, so the moment they go down to the area to which they go to fight, Lee mops the floor with Sasuke, just like he does in canon. Okay? Granted, Sasuke did not use any form of jutsus, and that was a handicap, because still, no matter what, it's an unfair fight, because Lee is based solely on taijutsu, meaning his whole entire wake up days are taijutsu. Everything is about taijutsu. Sasuke has a whole variety of stuff: taijutsu, genjutsu, and ninjutsu. So therefore, when it came to this fight, it was severely in Lee's favor, even with Sasuke's Sharingan. And as Naruto notices, Merlin tells Naruto, incredible, this kid that's right in front of you has mastered his physical stature to the point where he continuously can get stronger and stronger. How interesting. Naruto, if you don't mind, I'm just going to study for a bit. Naruto goes, be my guest. No one else can see you but me, right? And I'm talking to you in my psyche plane, so no one makes it look like I'm actually talking in real life. And Merlin smiles and goes, duly noted, Naruto. And so as Merlin gets to observe, watch Lee really mops the floor with Sasuke to the point where he was going to open the first gate. But what happens is Merlin is observing. She's quite interested. She sees this something happen within Lee that is quite interesting. That takes her notice a lot. But what happens is when the turtle comes down and Guy shows the power of youth, because this time Naruto doesn't even get the time to fight. They still leave, but Naruto states that he would like to challenge Lee one day, and Lee tells Naruto that he's definitely keen to challenge him. And of course, Lee states still that Neji is the best, probably the most powerful genin in the Hidden Leaf Village. Towards this gets to Naruto and Sasuke. So as they go to the room to actually do the test, Naruto is still at a loss on what to do. He can't figure it out how to pass, and instead he goes to the notion of cheating. But he has to look around and he's like, damn it, I can't get it. And then Merlin enters into Naruto's mind and goes, hey Naruto, remember how you call out those specific names to use certain powers? Well, I know one of the powers that I can help you to utilize right now, and I'm guessing if I look at this exam, it goes to deal with what you can do. I'm watching people all around you cheat, learn, or just figure it out themselves, and nothing's been done by the people that are observing. So, if you want to, Naruto, I got a special ability for you to use at this present time. And Naruto's like, yeah, about that. Do you know when I say those names, why do I get those powers? And then Merlin just simply states that you wield an aspect of 7 individual beings. To be honest, actually 6, because I am still independent. You still have my power, yes, but I'm more of a helping guide. I'm no longer an interactive force, if you get what I mean. Naruto's like, okay. And so Naruto's like, continue then. And then Merlin laughs, like, and Naruto's just observing, of course. He's in the test store, and then so Merlin explains to Naruto that the 6 other entities, the powers that are within Naruto, they were pushed to their maximum limits thanks to a more powerful being known as the Chaos King, or King Arthur. And because Arthur unlocked all the powers of each aspect to their full potential, so what they originally were. So when Meliodas was in his full assault mode, not Demon King, okay, because he has to have all the 10 commandments for that. No, Meliodas in his assault mode. Barn when he had his immortality, you know what I mean, and he came out of purgatory. Escanor when he has the one ultimate. Diane with her full metal and all her pretty much earth style, I guess. What's called the Fairy King with his maximum wings, Gotha, you know. So all that, each aspect of the sins that were in Naruto are pushed to their physical limits. But for you, Naruto, you have to use the names individually, the powers individually. Because if you say the wrong name and use the wrong power too early, things may happen. And that's why I state, Naruto, great that you know the Dragon Son of Wrath, Meliodas, but for now, until you can gain control of yourself, Naruto, I will suggest not to use that power. Naruto goes, okay, so what power am I going to use then, Merlin? And Merlin goes, simply state the goat son of Sloth, Gotha, and Gotha is pretty much a master of the mind. So your form of genjutsu, if you get what I mean, Naruto. And in this sense, this ability you gain from Gotha at this present time is mind protection and just a slight ability to read people's minds. And Naruto says, okay then. So he says that, he goes, hear me. And Naruto, but he says it within his mind, he goes, goat son of Sloth, Gotha. And as Naruto states that, his eyes instantly go purple, bright, like go into that bright pink purple, and they disappear immediately. And as Naruto does this, he looks around and he points his finger, and the purple energy only he can see projects out of people's minds, and he gets to see and read all the answers. And he looks around and does it all over, and he finds out the answer's pretty good. He even tries to connect with Ibiki, but he instantly shut out. And Ibiki's like, whoa, what the? Someone just tried to enter my mind. And at this present time, Ibiki doesn't know that it's actually Naruto. He's just looking around. Even if he looks at Naruto and tries to sense it within him, he won't be able to sense it because of the power of Gotha. And so as Naruto does that, he passes the test easy as because of it. Ibiki is still suspicious of someone to which he will keep in his mind, and this will set a lot of chain of events to occur because of Naruto's one action, okay? So when it comes to the Forest of Death, this is where things are going to change. Ibiki reports to the third Hokage, sorry, and I'm gonna state not the fifth Hokage, Tsunade. That's way too far. Okay, the third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, that fella. So Ibiki goes to him and tells him exactly someone tried to probe his mind. He can definitely state it was no Yamanaka clan member, to which he believes it has to be someone from outside of the village. and this prompts the third Hokage to secretly ramp up the Onbu in the entire Hidden Leaf Village. But not only that, this makes the third Hokage promptly put hidden Jonin and seals around the route, even just to watch them, because the third Hokage, despite him trusting Danzo in some stupid manner, the third Hokage is going to make sure he has all his options covered. And so this is going to bode a more difficult situation for the Konoha Crush, definitely because the Hidden Leaf is secretly on guard. Thanks, as I said, thanks to that one action Naruto placed. So anyway, back to the Forest of Death. Naruto is there with Sasuke, Sakura, and himself, of course. And this is when he is approached by Konohamaru. Now, all in all the interactions when it comes to Konohamaru in the whole entire situation in the Leaf goes the same. Konkuro still picks up Konohamaru, and Naruto makes a fool of himself because he relies on his own power, because Naruto's starting to get his own mental perception upon what he needs to do. Because Naruto, in this what if anyway, is not restricted by the chakra control as he was in canon, because the Nine Tails chakra is behind a perfect cube, meaning only 10% of Naruto's chakra is hard for him to fully control. The other 90% he can control easy as. And so Naruto with chakra is much different, and he's starting to slowly but surely rely on that anyway. But anyway, when it comes to them readying themselves for the Forest of Death, this is when Anko appears and explains the rules, to which Orochimaru comes up and pretty much gives Naruto Anko the kunai. Pretty similar to canon, but what ends up happening is Orochimaru's interaction with Naruto was short and brief. Thanks to the power within Merlin, Merlin was able to observe this person right in front of Naruto, and stated this being is not who he states he is, Naruto. Be on guard. And Naruto's like, are you sure? And Merlin states that I've lived for a long time, Naruto. So long in fact that I almost forgot my name and where I came from. And Naruto's like, really? And she goes, yes. So understand when I state the mannerisms of that person right there does not scream to me friendly at all. And for my experiences have been right, you need to trust me now, Naruto. And Naruto goes, okay, Merlin. And so as they enter the forest, Naruto goes, what ability should I learn within there? Super strength? Or the power to read minds? Naruto's running, and what happens is Merlin tells Naruto, because they're running within the forest, Merlin tells Naruto, well, the best power you should use actually is King's abilities. And Naruto goes, what do you mean? And he goes, simply put, Naruto, King is the fairy king, and he pretty much lives in a magical forest. And technically, all energy when it comes to nature will bend to King's will. If you allow me, Naruto, I'll help you utilize this power to a much more lesser degree, because right now your body can't take the full power of King or the full power of Bart. None of them right now. Not yet anyway. Okay, Naruto? Naruto goes, okay, Merlin. And so Naruto readies himself, and he goes, hear me! And as he states that, Naruto goes, Rizzy, son of Sloth, King! And as Naruto does that, a yellow spear instantly appears in front of Naruto, and Naruto begins to float, and he grabs the spear and he's like, what the? How is this here? Normally don't I have to summon it? And Merlin just states that this came in the notion of the forest. Technically there was a branch that was on the ground, Naruto, but your energy itself instantly molded that and appeared as the true, the spirit spear Chesterful. And Naruto's like, interesting. And Merlin goes, right now it's going to rely on your chakra at this present time, so watch how you overuse that thing, okay, Naruto? Naruto goes, okay, so now I have this power, what do I do? And then she looks at Naruto like, you're a fool. She tells Naruto to start stretching your mind through the forest, feel the energy of the trees, feel everything around. So Naruto begins to do so, and as Naruto begins to feel everything around, he begins to feel other people around. He sees Hinata in them, he sees Lee, he sees the entire Shikamaru and all of them, he sees every person that's in the training exams. Naruto can see this, and as Sasuke looks at Naruto, Naruto's floating, it's like, he's using that power again. What the hell kind of power is that? Sasuke has a jealousy but a curiosity, much more than canon anyway. And as Naruto places his hand, he goes, there, I found it. And Naruto comes back to Sasuke. He sees Orochimaru, and Naruto is he understands Merlin's wariness. And Orochimaru can sense something watching him. It's different. And he looks around. He feels that nature energy is being employed around him for some form of surveillance. And Orochimaru's like, he looks around, he increases a little bit of his chakra just to give off the presence that I'm not someone you want to mess with. And as Naruto pulls back, that's when he finds out, yep, definitely this person right there is not a person we can trust at all. Sorry. So as Naruto and them head for their first scroll, they manage to get there, and this is when they find Hinata in a little bit of a pickle. But this is what ends up happening is because Naruto was able to locate certain things, they veer off the original task. And so Naruto is flying by Sasuke and Sakura. You know, but he's also made a shadow clone to fly up ahead. And as Naruto does so, he's like, wow, using this ability itself is quite useful, eh? And Sasuke goes, what power are you using anyway? Well, Naruto goes, I can't explain to you the full extent of what it is, Sasuke, but what I'm going to say is like a form of magical spell. And I'm able to use certain different aspects of powers. And that's how I was able to sense where the scrolls were. And Sasuke goes, okay. And what happens in Naruto, the clone spots, one of the other teams with a scroll. He instantly informs Naruto by dissipating. Naruto tells Sasuke and Sakura he has the person and we're ready. Naruto instantly uses the spear, the sacred, or what is it? Sorry, it's the spirit spear chastaful, his version anyway. And as he instantly begins to use it and in battle, it's easily made clear that Naruto can fight from a range without even trying. He just moving his fingers left, right, up and down, left, right, up and down. And if he wants to, when he closes his hands and opens it, he breaks the spear into multiple little type of like kunai type of things, to which he makes it. He pretty much holds them in fear with all these things right in front of them. And as Naruto does that, he goes, Sakura, can you grab the scroll please? And Sakura's like, are you sure, Naruto? I don't want. Naruto goes, I realize Naruto goes, he's stupid. He controls two of those kind of floating kunais that he has from the spirit, his sacred treasure anyway, and pulls the scroll out of them and pulls it to his hand and he goes, thank you. And he goes, I think you guys should submit and leave this area. They instantly leave with Naruto. He deactivates the power of King because he doesn't want to overexert how much chakra he does have. And as Naruto hits the ground, he's like, oh, okay, I need to watch how I do things. And as Naruto does that, he has a big poof, like a big ass shockwave happens behind them. And as Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke are pretty much caught by the wake of it, Naruto they get flung into the air, to which Naruto is instantly gulped up by a giant snake immediately and slammed into the ground. And as the snake does it, it curls in itself and begins to spin, locking Naruto within it, so it at least kills Naruto immediately. Because Orochimaru instantly sensed that it was this boy. He's employing nature energy, and that's why Orochimaru had to instantly deal with the threat. And without hesitating, he stretches out immediately and tries to attack and bite Sasuke. But unfortunately for Orochimaru, Naruto restated it again. He goes, hear me, Grizzly Son of Sloth, King! And as Naruto does that, he instantly begins to float within the snake, and he summons this Spirit Spear Chastaful, the one he has, and instantly begins to break up into multiple bits. And Naruto begins to close his hand, and as he does so, his own form of kunai's remote controlled rip the snake apart immediately and dice it up into nothing but mulch. And as Naruto flies out, Orochimaru sees this. Naruto controls all of them and makes them amplify, goes from a good 10 to 100. And as Orochimaru sees this, he uses his own Sage Mode to duck, dodge, and move around. But Orochimaru doesn't realize that Naruto is actually in his fastest state. Using the ability of King, Naruto is actually really fast, even to react. So Orochimaru is really right off the back foot. However, Naruto is also using a lot of chakra in this, a lot of energy in this as well. And this is proving a big ass danger for him. So what Naruto does is he skillfully places a gap between him, Sasuke, and Sakura, and then he uses the ability that he has when it comes to controlling nature to make vines. Not the vines that Gloxinia does. No, not that one. Just normal vines to at least keep Orochimaru away. And so as Orochimaru gets pressed back by all these hundreds of kunais and these vines, he makes sure that next time he won't fail. But he understands that this boy is different. This boy is special. However, Sasuke is more special and he wants to have Sasuke's body still. But Naruto is something worthy to learn. And as the snake leaves, he leaves without giving his prize, Sasuke, the heavenly curse mark. But he also piques the curiosity of Merlin. Merlin looks at Naruto and goes, he's quite an interesting foe. Naruto goes, yeah, he's very powerful. Merlin goes, I hate to state this to you, Naruto, but when you connected with the tree, I also used your abilities to connect as well, and I got the sense not only this being's intention, but I got the sense more than bloodlust, more than anything. And then Naruto goes, what do you mean? He goes, simply put, this being wants to pretty much be like how I am. Naruto's like, what do you mean? He goes, my sin is the glutton sin of, my sin is the boar sin of gluttony. And Naruto's like, okay. And she goes, no matter what, Naruto, information, knowledge will not be, I will never be satiated. I need to know more and more and more. I need to experiment, learn how things go. Hence why the sin. Naruto goes, oh, I get it now. The 7 deadly sins. Merlin's like, precisely, Naruto. And then Naruto's like, oh. And then as Naruto is leaving with them, Merlin tells Naruto that you've used a lot of chakra, and so you're gonna have to let your mates know, that your friends know, that you're going to either black out or be near incapacitated to do things. So you need to rest now, Naruto, while you can. And so Naruto does. He warns Sasuke and Sakura and that he needs to rest. And if we're using all that power and breaking down that snake, drained Naruto, and Sasuke and Sakura both agree. Sasuke thanks Naruto for saving him, and looks at Naruto, and he looks at him as a cool friend, not a selfish person, because this being just tried to kill them, and Naruto, without even hesitating, put himself into harm's way and instantly saved the day. And there's no grudge held with Naruto in this anyway, because he's not being smug about it. Sasuke can see the results of Naruto using this chakra, and he sees it's a massive toll. And due to his own understanding, Sasuke knows Uzumaki's have one of the biggest chakra reserves in the world. So this goes to show Naruto must be using a lot of chakra. So what ends up happening, instead of Sakura protecting Naruto and Sasuke, it's Sasuke and Sakura protecting Naruto while he gets to recover his strength up a little bit more. And from there they easily handle the Sound Ninja. They don't easy as the Sound Ninja get decimated because Sasuke's not hampered by the curse mark. And knowing that he's more motivated in a different way to catch up to Naruto. And so Sasuke activates the Sharingan and instantly begins to decimate the Sound Ninja. And from there, Naruto recovers, and they all head to the tower in the Forest of Death, to which they come second from Gaara, of course. But this sets up a rivalry because Gaara's team just arrives before Naruto and them. And what happens is Sasuke looks at Gaara. Gaara goes to Sasuke. He goes, "You have the same kind of eyes I do." And Sasuke looks at Gaara and goes, walks away. "Do I now?" And Sasuke goes, "Look at me again." Gaara looks at Sasuke, and Sasuke shows the Sharingan, and Gaara goes, "I'm not surprised. If I was an Uchiha, I'll probably have the same eyes." Gaara walks away, and then he stops and looks right at Naruto, and he goes, "Do not hold back, you. I heard you're very powerful." And Naruto can feel the evil intention within Gaara, the hate, that power within him. Naruto's like really kind of angry at Gaara like that. And so what happens, everyone makes it to pretty much the tuning exams where they do their first fighting test. Now, I'm going to state that Sasuke's fight with the Sound Ninja is going to go so much easier. So much easier because Sasuke is not hampered by the curse mark. So he's able to easily take out the Sand Ninja that absorbs chakra. But what happens is Sasuke learns that absorbing chakra is a useful technique to which he must learn how to do. He has a limited amount of chakra, so he needs to learn how to absorb chakra. And from my own understanding, it's not impossible to learn abilities. Like for instance, Kaiden has a natural ability to sense or sense chakra, right? But it's not possible for someone to learn how to do it, even if they don't have a natural affinity for it. So yeah, there's that. But anyway, they're all in the tuning exams, and nearly all fights go the same. Actually, Naruto's fight is so easy. What happens is Kiba tries to attack Naruto, but Naruto without using any of his 7 deadly sins abilities, he uses just his own natural chakra. And so what he does is he makes shadow clones, and then he makes shadow clones, and then he makes some shadow clones. And Kiba can't, even with his twin fang over fang, they can't even do nothing to dent Naruto's shadow clone creations. And he can't even find the real one. Even when he tries to get Kiba Akamaru to spread the scent around, Naruto is just too everywhere, and his chakra is just massive. And so what happens, it gets to the point where Akamaru gets swarmed by Naruto clones, and Kiba gets sworn by Naruto clones with kunais held at their face and throat, and everyone cheers for Naruto because they're like, wow, he just used shadow clones, imagine what he actually can do. I've heard he was able to fly. Yeah. And what happens is, so from there Naruto easily beats Kiba, and then when he watches the fight with Neji and Hinata, this is the thing that makes him lose it. He instantly, because for some reason he sees something, he sees this connection with Hinata, he can't explain it. Something about Hinata is drawing him to her. And when Naruto watches Neji beat Hinata down and berate her and make her little, Naruto's eyes instantly go purple immediately, and a symbol appears on his head, and Naruto begins to lose the day. He didn't even say Meliodas, he didn't even say the Dragon Son of Wrath at all. It just naturally activated. The Nine Tails within the perfect cube is laughing. It goes, despite you locking me in this cage, woman. He goes, the chakra that Naruto naturally has connected to me is awakening that power that you're trying to restrain. The brats won't be able to contain this energy if you continue to do what you're doing. Make your mind up, little woman. Merlin laughs at the Nine Tails and goes, who told you to speak? And clicks her thumb immediately, or clicks her hand, or whatever. Thumb clicks, you know, guys. Come on, confuse myself. And as she does that, she puts a silent barrier, completely isolating the Nine Tails. No matter how much he screams or get angry, it's muted. And then from there, Naruto is slowly but surely emanating this demon-like energy. But to everyone around them, they feel like a demonic presence, you know, okay? But as we know from the 7 Deadly Sins, demon presence, Meliodas. And as Naruto's looking on, he's getting really angry, and his hands crack and destroy the bleachers that he's holding on, or the railing he's holding on. Neji catches onto it, and he catches onto Naruto straight away. And as he looks at Naruto, he gets caught by one gentle fist by Hinata in a vital area on his arm, to which he drops one arm. But what happens is Neji instantly, without hesitating, reacts inclined. He hits Hinata immediately, doing into a bad position where she actually coughs out blood. And then Neji re-evaluates his arms, and he's about to do a full rotation, 64 palms. And as Neji does that, Naruto is about to rocket in a purple energy starting to develop him. He's about to rocket straight at Neji. But what ends up happening, a bright light instantly appears around Naruto, and the what's it called? The symbol on his head immediately changes and goes away, and the purple energy within Naruto disappears. And Naruto instantly collapses, hits the ground. Hinata still loses similar. But what ends up happening is, because of what was happening with Naruto, it caught the eye of everyone. Even Gaara. Gaara thought his bloodlust, everything was big. The moment he sensed the energy from Naruto, made him change immediately. And then Naruto doing the accidentally activating the power of Meliodas without even conjuring the spell that Merlin has cast, put in motion something else, something more dark, devious. And so what we're going to do is leave the tuning exams for now, and we're not going to have the Lee and Gaara fight just yet, but we're going to go somewhere different right now. We're going to head straight back to the original battlefield in the 7 Deadly Sins world in Britannia, or Britain, or England, the country over there, back where the massive battle between the Chaos King, or King Arthur, and the Chaos Entity Cath. As King Arthur is holding and stalling the beast, he's feeling something, he's feeling the presence. The portal that he opened is still being held open, and as King Arthur feels it, the remnants of the original, or the Demon King himself, and the Supreme Deity place the remainder of their energies in their powers. Now bear in mind, the power of Escanor is sunshine, and that is actually a grace, one of the 4 graces of the Archangels. Okay, the grace of water. Well, actually, I'm just gonna say the grace of water, the grace of air, the grace of lightning, and the grace of what's it called? Well, I think it's lightning or grace of light. It's Lucildo's abilities. I think it is lightning and Escanor's ability, but actually it was technically Mael's. Okay, spoiler if you guys don't know. But anyway, because one of the graces exist in Naruto's world, the Supreme Deity is able to anchor a connection to that reality. And what happens is, also having Meliodas there with high powered demonic energy allowed also for the Demon King to anchor Purgatory, anchor himself into that realm. And how they were able to connect it fully was the Demon King broke himself into the 10 Commandments that he once had, even though they're going to be massively less in their power, because they're not going to, like, this is not the full power Demon King, this is actually a weakened version. And so what he does is, his hope is for Meliodas, well, the person that has Meliodas' power in that realm, to combine all 10 commandments to revive him. And so what happens is, as that does that, the Demon King dissipates and turns into the 10 commandments, shooting through that same portal. And the Supreme Deity does the same. She breaks her own energy up throughout the three graces that are left, or empowers them anyway. Same thing that the Demon King does, and she sends herself through that same portal. When Arthur sees this, he instantly picks up a sword and he points the sword at the portal, and he puts a cut right across, sealing the realm that he sent Merlin's orb in, because the 7 deadly sins are pretty much gone. All the ones they exist in their realm, they're gone. It's just now King Arthur and Cath, and what happened is, Cath is aware that King Arthur has sent some of his chaos power away, and that right now they're in a stalemate, and Cath can't do nothing right now. But eventually, because Arthur is Arthur, he still has that human weakness. Because let me be clear, okay, just to explain, all the weapons we've ever created in history are all been perfect. The only problem with the weapon we have is humans, the human error behind it, okay, guys? This is just my opinion, but it also is shown in history, okay? All the weapons we ever had, like catapults, rockets, bullets, guns, all that stuff, they've all worked exactly for their purpose. The only error in using this said item is the human factor. Okay, so yeah, this is my notion anyway. But yeah, so as pretty much back to it, King Arthur seals up the portal again fully. Cath is aware and now knows what she needs to do after taking Arthur's powers, because she knows sooner or later he's gonna lose that human factor again. Okay, guys. So as that goes down, back in the human world, Naruto fully wakes up in hospital, not with bandages on, but he wakes up in hospital, and what happens is he gets up and he sees a seal on the ground. As Naruto sees the seal on the ground, the third Hokage is looking at Naruto, and he goes, "Are you truly Naruto Uzumaki?" Naruto goes, "Yeah, I truly am Naruto Uzumaki. Why is that?" He goes, "If you were truly Naruto Uzumaki, the normal brat that I remember, you wouldn't be able to get out of the seal." And Naruto's like, "What? What do you mean?" Naruto stands up and he goes, "The seal was meant to bind you to the bed that you're on. It's a very powerful seal that I actually created. But for some reason, Naruto, you're able to get out of there. So explain to me, Naruto. Who or what are you? I can't even sense the chakra of the Nine Tails, and I probed the seal, and nothing. Are you, Naruto, a replacement? Answer me now. Ibiki couldn't even probe your mind." And as Naruto stands there, he's like, "How do I explain to you what's happening to me? How do I explain to you what's going on?" And as Naruto's about to speak, Merlin instantly interrupts Naruto and goes, "Naruto, do you feel that?" And Naruto's like, "What do you mean?" And the orb, Merlin's sacred treasure begins to light up. And as that happens, Naruto instantly gets a sore head, a real painless head. And as he grabs his head and hits to the ground, the third Hokage is like, "Naruto?" And as Naruto looks up, he has the demon mark of Meliodas again. But it's not the normal mark, it's the assault mode mark on Naruto's head. And the Demon King's energy goes, "Found you." And as the portal reopens from when the sacred orb fell through, the 10 commandments come out, but instantly get scattered because Merlin detaches Naruto's connection to the Demon King by putting a perfect cube around him. Only briefly, but this catches the third Hokage off guard again. He just witnessed something monstrous come out of Naruto, and now this indestructible barrier has just appeared. The third Hokage is on guard. He summons King Enma ready and gets ready for it. But what happens is, within Naruto, Merlin's shocked. She's like, "No, how did they get through? That's impossible." And Naruto's like, what's impossible? And because the seal on Naruto's head instantly disappears, the assault mode Meliodas power instantly disappears. Naruto's body is instantly worn out immediately, and he's about to collapse and burn. But Merlin uses her ability to heal Naruto, and just simply explains something way worse. Something worse than I actually expected. And if you're meant to fight the entity of chaos, I don't know how. She's just shocked right now because Naruto's body needs to get there now, because the 10 commandments have re-arrived in this world. not as physical forms yet. They're all manifestations of what they are. They need to be found. That's the one thing the Demon King places upon them, because he's not at true strength, and so he can't bestow them. So these powers need to be found. And the Supreme Deity does the same, but instead of waiting to be found, the Supreme Deity sends the graces out as well. But what ends up happening is Merlin doesn't know that the Supreme Deity is here. She only feels the 10 Commandments, and by which the Demon King has connected purgatory to this realm. Similar to what the Supreme Deity does, so it allows for them, even if they were destroyed, they will manifest back in their realities. But those realities are now and forever intents and purpose connected to Naruto's realm. And so what happens is, as Naruto is released from the perfect cube, Merlin tells Naruto to calm himself. Naruto just simply explains to the third Hokage, just hold Lord Third, I'll explain everything fully for you, okay? And he goes, "Bull son of gluttony, Merlin." Merlin's like, "What the?" And her sacred her bloody morning star Odan instantly lights up, and Naruto simply walks over to the third Hokage and projects everything that he can explain to him as fast as he can. And the third Hokage doesn't get it, and Naruto's like, Merlin's like, "Naruto, what are you doing?" Naruto's like, "Hold on, Merlin. I know I don't have long with your power, so I have to be fast with it." Naruto's like, He uses the healing ability to heal himself, and he uses the infinity ability of Merlin to heal his chakra up, but only briefly, because Merlin shuts infinity off to Naruto. And she states that, "Naruto, you're not ready for this." And Naruto goes, "Too late. Goat, son of lust, Gotha." And as Naruto states that, the ability of Gotha awakens, and Naruto points his finger at the third Hokage and fully shows him everything. The difference in the power scale, and that's what's to come. And as Naruto does that, the third Hokage instantly removes the seal immediately, and he goes, "The burden that is placed upon you, young Naruto, I am sorry. I thought the weight of the Nine Tails was enormous. Now we're dealing with other entities, other heavenly-like entities." The third Hokage breathes out and goes, "Naruto, will you follow me?" And so the third Hokage takes Naruto out. Kakashi, Sakura, and them are actually quite worried about Naruto. Everyone that's there, even Hinata's quite worried. And something about Hinata is actually quite curious. Hinata slightly healed, much more quicker than she does. The Hyuga noticed that Hinata had this like sparkling energy healing over her wounds. And as that happens, they're like, "What the?" And this is where they like believe Hinata's blessed or everything like that. So that's what goes down. So that will be an important situation for the future. Okay. But anyway, back to Naruto and the third Hokage's interaction. When Naruto goes to the third Hokage's office, the third Hokage states to Naruto he's very grateful that he's been doing his best to hold the power that he has. He didn't understand what he was actually dealing with. Actual demons now? Actual angels? Like, he can't believe it. That power that Naruto has supersedes everything. The third Hokage believes that Naruto, if he was to unlock even the full power of one of the 7 deadly sins, he'll be able to defeat nearly primarily all of the Kage. And what happens is the third Hokage goes, "And you're expected to unlock all 7? I can only imagine. The brief vision I saw of that man with the sun, and then the brief vision I saw of that boy with that purple fire, that purple black energy." And then what happens is the third Hokage looks at it, and it swirls around his mind, and he sees that the fire, or the sunlight of Escanor, and the darkness of Meliodas form a perfect yin and yang. And that's what the third Hokage realizes. That's how you should learn how to control it, Naruto. He goes, "Strengthen the ability you have with pride." Naruto's like, "Pride?" He goes, "Oh, you actually get it, the 7 deadly sins." Yeah, he goes, "Yes, Naruto. Right now, your body's not used to using any of the abilities. And the person that's within your mind is actually, if you have not realized, is limited to what she can actually do as well. She can only restrict the power that she has when it comes to her, but not the other powers I see. So I would think it's best, Naruto, if every day you push yourself to train." Naruto goes, "Okay, Lord Third." And so what happens is, everyone else back and everyone else has their battle, you know. Gaara still beats Lee, but everyone's taken on surprise. Sasuke beats the Sound Ninja much more easier, so all of that goes the same. Everyone is placed on the end of the Chunin exams. There's only one big difference. It's not Sasuke. It's not what's it called? Naruto has to be cleared first before he can go into the Chunin exams. And that's not by the third Hokage, it's actually by Danzo, because Danzo is quite fearful of Naruto and has spread it. So Naruto has to go through his own form of rigorous trials. So for the next month, Naruto has to train to prove that the energy that he has, that emits from him, won't be so destructive. And so Naruto has a month to train for the next Chunin exams. And the person to train him, of course, is the great Jiraiya. But not only that, the third Hokage as well. And Merlin don't mind. She can't wait to have the opportunity. She knows exactly who the legendary Sani Jiraiya is, and his abilities and his own form of being a tactician. She even knows about making tactics, because as they explained to you guys in the previous episode, Merlin can, even though her spirit is within Naruto, or the sacred treasure anyway, she's able to freelance and go around whenever Naruto's around, so she can be in a library and read all the content and know everything about it. So she's quite interested for this next months of training. And so when Jiraiya and Naruto go off and train, Jiraiya teaches Naruto everything much more easier, because Naruto doesn't have the chakra restrictions, and because of his connection with Merlin, Naruto doesn't need to draw off the chakra of the Nine Tails at all. To which this buzzes out Jiraiya in general. And so what happens is, when Jiraiya gets Naruto to do the toad summoning, Naruto summons Gamma Ken first, but in a small form. And Naruto's like, oh, and Jiraiya's like, whoa, you were able to summon Gamma Ken on your first go? Incredible, Naruto. Naruto's like, yeah, sorry about that. And Jiraiya goes, but let's see if you can actually summon the big boy. And Naruto releases Gamma Ken from the summoning. And Naruto infuses more chakra, and Jiraiya goes, Naruto, just believe in how much chakra you infuse. Focus fully. And so Naruto focuses a lot of chakra in a day. And then Naruto does a summoning jutsu, he instantly summons Gamabunta. And when Gamabunta looks right at Naruto, he's like, this little pipsqueak managed to do this. And so just like in canon, what's his name? Gamabunta tests Naruto and jumps around trying to shake Naruto off. But Naruto smiles and goes, Naruto looks at him and goes, I have a way of holding on to you. Serpent sin of envy. Dian. And as Naruto does that, he gets the strength of a giant. Well, lesser anyway. He doesn't have nowhere near her full power anyway. But he gets the strength of, well, super duper strength, okay guys? And so the moment Gamabunta begins to shake, he feels immediately like a hard punch from Naruto. He's like, ow! What the hell are you doing with that, rat? Naruto goes, I'm holding on. You're trying to shake me off, right? Well, I'm trying to hold on. He goes, what kind of insane grip is that? He goes, if you're going to hold on that hard, yeah, I'll definitely give in. And Jiraiya's like, huh? Chief Toad's giving in? And Naruto goes, oh, I'm so sorry. When Naruto releases, there's blood marks coming down because Naruto gripped really hard and really hurt Gamabunta. And Naruto goes, I'm so sorry. And Merlin comes out and he goes, now you see to understand, Naruto. You need to learn to use these powers in successions. If you're gonna practice with them, fine. But practice with them properly, Naruto. Learn how to use the strength of a giant, the speed and swiftness of the Fairy King, the stealth and cunning of the Foxen Barn, the absolute strength of Escanor. You know, even the wrath of himself, Meliodas, Naruto. You need to understand that you need to build your body up. And if you can build your body up to the point where you can handle sunshine, then Salt Mode Meliodas will be easy for you. Naruto's like, handle sunshine? And he goes, yes, Naruto. At high noon, every single day, you will be at your most powerful. But thanks to Escanor finding out how to supersede the one ability, you can do the one ultimate. But in the case of the person that once held the power you have, he died using that ability. And I'm unsure if the immortality from Barn is passive or just you have to conjure it. But right now I'm not gonna test that theory because I can't have you sacrifice your life right now. You're too important for the grand scheme of multi-universes, not just yours. Naruto goes, okay. Naruto is buzzing out. So what ends up happening is Naruto, when he's with Jiraiya, he explains to Jiraiya the same thing. He uses Gotha's abilities, the Goat Sin of Lust, Gotha, and he connects Jiraiya's mind, to which Jiraiya now understands the more importance of Naruto and the fact that Naruto is definitely the child of prophecy and the one to save the universe, stated by the Chaos King himself, King Arthur. So Jiraiya takes it upon him to extra train Naruto even more so, and to hear that the Nine Tails is behind a near indestructible barrier makes it easy for Jiraiya to teach Naruto everything. What happens to the Rasengan, all that stuff. Naruto learns it really quick, and Merlin loves to study Jiraiya's work even above and beyond all the stuff, and she grows an interest in Jiraiya. Not like how you believe, but an interest in learning, because Jiraiya sees the world in a unique way. And what happens is she really enjoys the books, you know. And so there's a mutual gain for Naruto and Merlin when it comes to Jiraiya. And so quickly when their 1 month's finished, a lot of things have happened. A lot of things have changed. All the 10 commandments have been found, and I will not explain to you right now who have the 10 commandments, but they have been retrieved by others. But what happened is whoever has taken the commandments have been possessed by the original holders. Now, not the original holders back in the old wars in the Britain wars, back when the Demon King, before the demons were sealed. Not those old commandments, I mean the ones that entered when Meliodas and the Sedents were together. Like for instance, Gloxinia and Droll are still going to be the commandments, but their spirits, their energies, all of them, even what's her name? Not Mael, sorry, Estarossa is going to be also in there, even though he was an angel named Mael. Spoilers. And so the same, and it was also the same with the Graces as well. But the Graces wanted to be closer to Naruto, because Naruto holds the greatest power of all, Sunshine. And what happened is, what's her name? She, the Supreme Deity, if she can never get their power back, at least she can be around, or her power can be around to allow for her archangels not to be weak. And just to let you know, she chose people within the Hidden Leaf Village to have the Graces, but they have the power of the old angels that have it as well, but they won't give it away. So I'm gonna leave that area vague upon who has the other 3 Graces and who has the 10 commandments right now, and I'm going to touch upon it for a bit, okay? So I hope you guys are ready for that. But anyway, back to the story at hand. Naruto enters the village sensing something different. Something's weird. He looks around. He can't put a finger upon it, but he knows something familiar is around. But Naruto goes, oh well. He walks into the village and they get ready for the tuning exams, to which Naruto is met by Hinata. And as Naruto sees Hinata, he has this overwhelming urge to hug her. Same as Hinata. Hinata does the same thing, but she gets so embarrassed. And she goes, Naruto? Naruto's like, oh, hey, Hinata. But he doesn't do what Meliodas does and grabs Elizabeth, but he's still, like, they're very forthcoming with each other. They have this connection that can't be explained because of the power within Naruto that gradually connected one soul to another. And you know what I mean. I'm just going to state Elizabeth's energy resurrected within Hinata. Now, I didn't make that very clear. Not yet anyway, but I'll explain sooner than you think, okay? But anyway, so just to let you know, the power of Meliodas is in Naruto, and Elizabeth is their other anchor within Hinata. So that still draws into perspective the curse on Meliodas and the curse on Elizabeth, okay? So back to the tuning exams anyway. Naruto is readying himself to fight Neji. And as Naruto is jumping down, Merlin states to Naruto, you've gotten pretty strong over this month. Really strong, much more stronger than I actually thought, Naruto. And now you're able to use 2 of the Sin's abilities at the same time. And Naruto, and she goes, you don't even need to state the actual Sin. You can either state the Sin's name now, or the animal itself. Naruto smiles and goes, cool. Naruto goes and he lands right down, and he goes, Sin of Sloth. He says the Sin of Sloth, and that's one of them. And as he drops on the ground, he goes, Son of Envy. And Naruto's hand begins to get stronger. And as Neji looks at Naruto, he sees Naruto's, not chakra increase, but Naruto slightly get a little bit more buff, you know. And as Neji sees Naruto, he approaches and he goes, what happened to that purple energy around you, Naruto? That was the only reason why I got hit by Hinata. Main branch family, what a joke. And this is where Naruto and Neji build up their animosity between each other. And the reason why Merlin's allowing Naruto to use 2 abilities, one, his body has caught up with him to be able to use so, and 2, it's another preventative measure for the Meliodas power, Because the only way to balance the Meliodas power is with Naruto getting strong enough to use Sunshine or Iskano's powers, okay? And he's nowhere near that level at this present time. If he uses that power, he ends up burning himself up. And Merlin can't guarantee that the passive ability of Ban is within Naruto, the immortality. And she doesn't want to risk it, okay? So as Naruto has the strength of Dian and the power of King, he readies himself against Neji. And Neji berates Naruto, but Naruto goes, you know, I failed the exams 3 times. You know that? Neji looks at Naruto and goes, it was my destiny just to be the holder of the Nine Tails. That's just it. But now something more purposeful has come up. Naruto begins to fly up in the air. Naruto reaches his hand out, and in that one tree in the arena shoots out a branch, to which that branch instantly begins to turn into Naruto's absolute weapon at this present time. That spirit spear Chesterful. As Naruto holds the spear out, Neji sees it and goes, what the? You're able to do that? And what happens is the Kazekage and the third Hokage are looking on, but the Kazekage is taken by surprise that Naruto is doing this like that. And we all know that the Kazekage is Orochimaru, okay? And because of, as I stated, Naruto reading Ibiki's mind, or try to, a lot of things have changed in the Hidden Leaf. A lot of things that are really going to change and what's going to happen, okay? So as Naruto begins with Neji, he instantly chucks his spirit spear at Neji, and Neji deflects it using his chakra palms. And as it begins to go, Neji is showing that why Lee is looks up to him. Naruto's clicking his fingers, moving left, right, and up. And Neji's just jumping around, bouncing it, using his gentle fist and his rotation to block it, push it away. And this is surprising everyone. Like, whoa, Naruto can do that? Like, there's no chakra threads, nothing. How is he doing that? And what happens is the Kazekage is like, yes, how indeed. Interesting. And as Naruto's fighting, Merlin looks right up and senses that same person she sentenced in the forest. And she tells Naruto, and Naruto goes, I know, I can sense him. But Naruto goes, I got way more bigger fish to fry right now. And as Naruto focusing with his spirit spear, Neji gets close to chuck air palm jutsu at Naruto, to which Naruto gets hit by the air palm and hit into the wall. And Neji goes, despite you having the distant advantage, Naruto, you're still susceptible to air jutsus. And Naruto sees this and goes, incredible. And alright then, he gets down. And Neji goes, oh, you guys, this is going to be a one-on-one. Naruto instantly slightly gets off the ground and boosts at maximum speed, throws his fist at Neji. And as Neji goes to put his hand up to rotate it and push it away, he manages only to push it slightly, but he gets grazed in the face by one of Naruto's punches, which sends Neji flying about a good... Yeah, sends Neji boosting it onto his left away. And Naruto hits the ground because Neji slightly moved him, destroys the entire area that he hits, which shocks everyone. Even the Kazekage, they can't believe the strength Naruto has. And as Naruto gets up, and Neji comes up to try to do the gentle fist, Naruto snaps his finger again. What ends up happening is his spirit spear breaks up into many little kunai spears or whatever he has, and instantly begin to attack Neji, to which Neji has to instantly be on the defensive right away. He jumps up, does rotation, and he begins to do the 64 palms to keep himself away from this attack that Naruto has. And so what happens is Naruto does, okay then, he begins to click his fingers right more, and he begins to make a metal storm. They spins around Neji, and Neji's like, what the? And Naruto goes, got you. He goes, transform, and he transforms into one big, spirit spear, and drops it on Neji. Neji does one rotation, and manages just to slightly deflect it, but Naruto sees that Neji's hands are injured, barely injured, and he goes, you've got this. He deactivates the spirit spear and runs up to Neji, and throws a punch, but Neji instantly, because Neji at this present time is a superior fighter, Naruto's just relying on the range of King, and just the super strength of Dian. So if Naruto gets close to Neji instantly gets Naruto. With the last remaining uses of his hands without them being broken, he begins to do the gentle fist and starts to block past on Naruto. All the way until he blocks all 64 pass. Naruto's shocked in place. Merlin's like, what an ingenious attack. She's looking on like, she can't believe how cool this attack was. She needs to memorize this all, like, this is fascinating. She can't believe how cool this world is. And as Neji does that, walks away and laughs upon Naruto's destiny, goes, ha, destiny. Alright. And Naruto's like, ugh. He couldn't go full metal because Neji caught him off guard. And Naruto knows that he's pretty much stuffed. He heals from the attack that Neji gave to him, which means that Naruto actually passively has Ban's immortal healing. But what ends up happening, Naruto's still locked in place. Neji walks away, laughs at Naruto, and Naruto still has Goku's abilities and Dian's activated, but he can't do nothing because his body's locked up, and he knows he can't use Merlin's abilities nor Meliodas'. And at this present time, he believes Goku can't be his abilities can't be used either. And so, without hesitating, Naruto heard Merlin the first time state that he could possibly burn up, but he has to give it a go. And at this present time, the sun is pretty high. It's not high noon, but it's pretty high. And so, without even hesitating, Naruto goes, "Stuff it, I have no choice." He goes, "Hear me!" And Merlin's like, "No, Naruto, don't! Lion, son of pride, Escanor!" And as Naruto does that, boom, a gigantic heat wave hits everyone. Giant firestorms begin to erupt everywhere. Neji is shocked. Everyone's like, "Is this the power of the Nine Tails?" And the third Hokage sees this, and without hesitating, the third Hokage makes 4 shadow clones, makes them rush out to the ends of the arena, and he does the 4 Crimson Ray formation to hold in this massive power. And as Naruto does that, Neji's within the barrier, getting burnt immediately. And as Naruto stands there, he goes, looks at Neji and breathes out big sigh. Naruto's starting to get really buff, ripping through his clothes. Naruto knows he doesn't have long. He breaks out of Neji's 64 palms, which shocks Neji. Neji is so scared now. All he sees is just the sun from Naruto, and he's starting to burn and die. As Naruto rushes at Neji, he instantly deactivates the power of Escanor immediately, but his body's starting to burn and singe up. And he, Naruto's last moments, he instantly states, "Dian!" or son of envy. And as he does that, his fist instantly goes super strong because he is weakened from losing Escanor's powers, and his body is healing immediately from using Escanor's powers to break free, but it's a risk he had to take. And so as Naruto's fist connects with Neji's face, Neji don't die because Naruto holds as much strength as he can, but he gets so cratered that it's ridiculous. And as Naruto hits Neji into the Crimson Ray formation, he's gone. Not dead, just hospitalized immediately. And Naruto doing that, Naruto showed that Neji fate can change. He doesn't even need to do talk no jutsu this time. Neji instantly changes. And as Naruto wins, he instantly collapses. His body begins to like have serious burns all over his body. He's like, he's starting to burn. And Merlin's like, "You idiot!" And as Naruto shakes in absolute pain, the power of Ban instantly becomes to heal Naruto. And what happens is the third Hokage releases the barrier, and everyone just shocked. What's just happened? They can't believe it. One, this purple demon energy, now this unescapable fire flame hit Naruto. But the third Hokage knows all about sunshine. Knows all about it, absolutely. For he holds a power within him that no one knows, and no one's gonna know. And only you guys are gonna know right now. But he holds the Lucildo's power, the lightning ability within him, the grace of lightning, or the grace of light. I'm unsure. Quote me on the video, okay? I'll find out properly when I bring out the next part, probably on Monday. But anyway, what happens is the third Hokage smiles with Naruto and realizes that he's starting to get it. He's starting to get stronger. He smiles at the third Hokage and releases the jutsu. Now, when the Kazekage sees that the third Hokage was able to do that, he's like, something's off. The third Hokage shouldn't have the chakra reserves necessary to do such a more powerful jutsu like that. And not only that, still retain his composure. And he's buzzing out that the third Hokage is completely changed. He can't believe it. Something's off about the third Hokage. He's just tripping out. And as Naruto has announced the winner, everyone is ecstatic upon what has happened. They roar Naruto's celebration. They're like, "Wow!" And Naruto is easily passed and ready for the final, or ready for the next battle anyway. And to which Sasuke comes in. His fight with Gaara is slightly different actually because of the notion of how much power Naruto emitted. Now Gaara is actually quite scared of Naruto now, sensing not only just the demonic energy Naruto awoken, but that sunshine energy Naruto had. Merlin's gonna continuously scold Naruto and tell him that he risks too much, the idiot. But yeah, and so yeah, but Gaara is just changed, and seeing these two absolute powers, he's unsure if he wants to even go ahead with the Konoha Crush, you know. Gaara's bloodlust instantly changed seeing both these powers. And from Gaara's perspective, Naruto looks like he's just learning how to use it now. And so this is, blows Gaara's mind. Sasuke is more motivated than ever, but he doesn't have the curse mark. And so he doesn't have the same restrictions as Kanon. So he learned the Jidori early, and not only that, he learned how to activate the Sharingan at 2 timers fully properly as well, and use much more effective Genjutsu and Taijutsu, because he got humiliated by Lee, and he wants to push himself. So just like in canon, Sasuke dominates immediately Gaara's Taijutsu. And when Gaara tries to use his hand against Sasuke, Sasuke is easily able to make the distance, because Sasuke practiced he practiced the body flicker technique to the bitter end, you know. So he's much more faster and stronger, and he's starting to implement lightning chakra through it just to help him, you know, because he already knows change in nature, chakra nature. And what happens is Sasuke is able to inflict the same wound into Gaara, and Gaara slightly erupts. But what happens when he breaks open, Sasuke doesn't even hesitate, shoots a big fireball jutsu, and what happens is he makes a shadow clone. Both the shadow clones look at each other and they rush, and they do a lightning chain, pretty similar to Kakashi does, twin lightning chain, and they pretty much ensnare Gaara within his sand barrier, and then Sasuke does a real powerful Jidori stream through it, destroying the clones, destroying the clone immediately, but also shocking Gaara to the point where Gaara instantly erupts into his partial transformation. And as Gaara does that, the third Hokage, he goes, "What's the meaning of this?" And as Gaara is about to lose it, Naruto wakes up from his injuries. Or well, he gets up from his full injuries anyway. He looks over and sees Sasuke about to fight another tail beast. He's like, "Sasuke!" Sasuke looks at Naruto and goes, "Shut the hell up, Naruto. This is my fight." And so what happens is Sasuke looks right at Gaara and goes, "Let's see if this works." And Sasuke balances himself and looks right at Shikaku and goes, "Sharingan!" And he activates the Sharingan and looks right into Gaara's mind. And he was able to sever the connection between Shikaku and Gaara for a brief moment, only long enough for Sasuke to run up, power up a lightning chakra right into his hand, and slam it right into Gaara's gut. But it was a punch, not a blade. And as he slams into Gaara's gut, not only does Gaara get massively electrocuted and blacks out, he blacks out by the force of the punch as well. So Shikaku can't do the possum jutsu, and Gaara is defeated by Sasuke. And as Sasuke stands over Gaara, Sasuke's hand barely injured from their Jidori, and he goes, "Ugh." Then what happens is Kakashi looks at Sasuke and goes, he's very proud of him. And Sasuke, he's absolutely drained from using such a powerful genjutsu like that, even just to distract Gaara long enough. And not only that, Sasuke used all his speed and chakra to throw that last punch within Gaara's gut. So Sasuke did really well. And so what happens is Tamari beat what's his name, Shikamaru, and I don't know who else was in the tuning exam, so I'm just going to state that Tamari, Sasuke and Naruto are the finalists really. And so and not only that, because Gaara lost, the Konoha Crush didn't happen immediately, or does it happen at all? Things will probably happen in the next What If, guys. So I hope you like this. Please like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, leave the bell notification on so you guys can be the first to get my new content, and follow me on Instagram, to which I'll leave the link in the description below. Also, part 1 to this will be in the link as well. So yeah, but as always guys, just hear it from me. My point of view is we're all equal. As I stated before, we're all born the same, we'll live, eat, shit, die the same, okay? In a sense, we live life, yeah, you get what I mean? So, protect each other, look out for each other, no matter what race or creed we are, because we're all humans of Earth, okay? But as usual guys, this is Dr. Kahu, saying peace.